Hey guys, welcome to today's video on the ketogenic diet versus high carb diet. So let's get started. Now first things first, what is the ketogenic diet? Now the ketogenic diet is basically a high fat diet, moderate protein and low carb. It's basically reversing the typical Western diet. And the typical Western diet is obviously high carb, low fat and moderate protein. Now it's been recommended for many years to have a high carb diet, a lot of grains, pasta, bread, that kind of thing. Now recently the ketogenic diet has been very popular, and the reason being, when you cut carbs, when you have a low carb diet, you're not spiking insulin. Now insulin is a hormone which stores fat basically, and when insulin is released in your blood, you cannot burn any fat whatsoever. It's basically a fat, it's a hormone which blocks fat burning. So you won't be able to burn any fat or lose any fat whatsoever when insulin's in your blood. Now insulin is released every time you eat sugar or carbohydrates. It is released when you eat protein as well, but a lot less. It's basically spiked a lot when you consume sugar and carbs. Now if you don't consume those carbs, your insulin level is going to be a lot more stable. You're going to be in fat burning mode basically a lot longer. So for example, the typical keto diet, you're having a very small amount of carbs. I mean, it's practically, you can barely even eat that many vegetables on the keto diet. So for me it's a little bit extreme, but in regards to fat loss, the keto diet is the most effective that I've ever done. I mean, I've never lost weight as fast as when I've strictly followed the keto diet, especially if you combine the keto diet with intermittent fasting. I mean, the fat will literally fly off of you. It's ridiculous how fast you can lose weight with the keto diet. Now, mostly on the keto diet, you'll be eating a lot of avocado. People are eating a lot of eggs, bacon. It's basically anything high fat really you can eat. You've just got to reduce the carbs. Now it's difficult at first. It's very difficult. If you've never done intermittent fasting and you've never done keto and you've been eating high carb most of your life like most people, you will start to feel unwell at first, especially if you jump straight into this and you don't start slowly over time. You'll feel unwell, I'll tell you that. I mean, when I started, the way I'm not suggesting, I started jumping into intermittent fasting and keto at the same time, having eaten high carbs, and you'll feel lightheaded, you'll feel generally unwell when you start doing it. So I don't suggest to do that. You want to start off slow and see how it goes. I wouldn't do the both. I wouldn't do intermittent fasting and keto, together from day one. Perhaps start intermittent fasting, get used to having longer times without eating, get used to having that lower blood sugar, and then introduce keto after that. Perhaps once you start to see slower weight loss, introduce keto then. Now, health-wise, it's not necessarily the healthiest diet. At least I don't think so. I think that the healthiest diet is eat as many vegetables, leafy greens, as many vegetables, fruits as you want really. Now obviously you do need to track calories, but keto does restrict that. You won't really be able to eat much fruit at all on a keto diet, for example. So do I suggest keto? Perhaps if your weight loss has stalled, try keto for a few weeks, get the last 10 pounds off. For that reason, I'll say it's very useful. It's certainly a useful tool. But would I suggest living on keto? No. No, I wouldn't suggest living on keto. Intermittent fasting, definitely. I mean, you can live your life doing intermittent fasting every single day, and you will receive the similar benefits, because you will only have insulin spiked in your small fasting window, small eating window. Sorry, when you're not fasting. You know, the 16-18 hours that you're fasting, insulin will be low, and you'll be in full fat burning mode. So it's not necessary to use keto, but keto can give you that extra boost. And certainly for me, it helped me get down to a very, very low weight. You know, shred off the last 10 pounds. Some people like it. You know, if you prefer the foods high in fat to carbs, then it's ideal for you. For most people, it will be extremely difficult. You know, as the advice, you know, for the last 20 years or so, by the governments, both in Europe and in the United States, has been to eat high carbs and low fat. You know, you see all these products in the supermarket, low fat yogurts. Well, they're just taking the fat out and putting sugar in. So it's doing you far more harm than good. You'd be better off just eating the standard product, you know, with the fat, and having less sugar. So you know, try the keto diet out. It's certainly having the high amount of fat in the diet helps keep you fuller for longer, definitely. And obviously fat's very helpful for brain function. When you do the keto diet, and you are in insulin's very low, your body will start to produce ketones. It might take you a couple of weeks, up to a month, to start to produce ketones, but ketones are basically an alternative energy source from your body's fat. So instead of using glucose, your body and your brain will be using ketones. Now, ketones are actually more efficient for your brain, so you may find that you know, you can focus better, you can get more work done when you're actually running on ketones. A lot of people find that, and that's why a lot of people are using the keto diet at the moment. So definitely give intermittent fasting and keto a try. You might like it might work for you. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a like, comment and subscribe. Let me know how it went for you. Thanks for watching.